Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, welcome to the Get Your Happy On Hour. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons. This is 93.7 The Ticket. Big shout out to Matt Warner and Empire Fencing out in Waverly, man. Y'all keep doing big things and just know I'm watching you. And I see y'all done stepped up your social media game too, man. I'm very, very excited about that. And you guys inspire me, and hopefully I can inspire y'all to keep doing what you're doing. So big shout out to Empire Fencing. Excuse me. You know, I got a tip of the week. And keep in mind, my tip of the week is things that work for Ricky. They may work for you, they may not. But before I get into my tip of the week, I got to say something. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And for those of you that are privileged enough to still have your mothers, I really recommend that you treat them with respect, because next month will be 20 years that I have not had my mother, and I miss her every single day. So that's just a little information that you might want to consider if you still have your mother. Please, please. I look at every day as Mother's Day, but if today is the day they've designated to be Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. My tip of the week is real simple this week. It's not going to make sense to everybody, but I got to put it out there. My tip of the week is treat people the way you want to be treated. But, there's that but, don't expect it in return. That way, when you're nice to someone and they're not nice to you in return, you're not disappointed. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. I respect everybody, but I don't expect anyone to respect me. I just want people to understand that life is very unpredictable. And the reason why I treat people the way I want to be treated is more beneficial to me than it is to anybody else. I don't like stress. I don't like adversity. Life seems to present enough of that without my help. So that's my PMA tip of the week. Treat people the way you want to be treated, but don't expect it in return. And when I was talking about Mother's Day, I got to be honest with you. Mother's Days are very tough for me because in my opinion, I know a lot of people have the same thoughts, but in my opinion, man, I had a great mother, and I miss her dearly. So speaking of mothers, I have a guest tonight, and she's a mother, but she's also a businesswoman, and she's very busy. So I think she even had an event today, and she just squeezed me in. So I am so thankful. Marcy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ricky. It's great to be here.
Well, you know, Marcy, I'll be honest with you. I've had you on before, and you've done such a great job. I was just pleased when you said you were willing to do it again. And on Mother's Day, I thought that was going to be difficult to get a lady to be in here for Mother's Day, because I was like, everybody's going to be busy, but you found time for me, and I appreciate that. So, Marcy, for the audience that doesn't know who you are, before we tell them what you do, let's go back a little bit. Where'd you come from? You just showed up in Nebraska. I mean, where were you at before Nebraska?
So I'm I'm originally from a small town called Demopolis, Alabama.
Say that again.
Demopolis, city of the people.
City of people. How big is that place?
It's about 5,000 people.
Oh,
It may be a lot more than that now, but I think growing up, I think it was about 5,000 people.
man, that's almost like a neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, growing up in this small town in Alabama, right?
Yep.
What was that like?
You know, everybody knew everybody. Everybody knew everybody's business, and everybody. Sometimes whatever you got into,
Everybody knew.
everybody knew, and it was you were approached with whatever you got into that was not good when you got home.
Say the phone call beat you home.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, you have any siblings?
I do. I have 8 siblings. I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters. They're older than me. I call them my grand sisters and brothers.
Okay.
They practically raised me.
Okay.
I'm the youngest of 9
Wow. So you was running things. You was the youngest. You was running things.
and still do.
I need to talk to those siblings. I think that might be challengeable.
No. They'll agree.
Okay. So growing up, the youngest of 9
Yes.
in this small town, you developed something at a very early age. Something in the kitchen.
So I started out about 6 years old, had 3 tasks that my mom gave me. She taught me how to do. That was to bake cornbread, sweet potato pie, and biscuits. So I knew how to do those things very, very well. And yeah, they kind of landed me into a business some 44 years later.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, this cooking thing, because that's where I want to go next. You ended up starting a business, and you made a comment to me right before we came on the show saying you're a better cook than you're a baker.
I am.
Can you explain that, please?
So before I baked, I had to cook and I had to watch, and I measured things with my heart like my mother did. And a lot of times I had to cook for myself because my siblings were busy and I was um, kind of a extra person that they had to take care of that they didn't want to bother with. So my godmother told me, well, if you want to learn how to cook, you're going to have to do it yourself. If you're hungry, you're going to have to learn how to do it yourself. So, and my godmother lived like literally 1 block up. So I would walk to her house and go and cook something because nobody would cook for me. So I learned how to cook when I was like 5, and they had like a little stool and I cooked on a wood stove.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, so basically self-taught or?
With the guidance of my godmother and my mother and my grandmother, I learned how to cook.
Wow.
Yeah.
You was in elementary school barely.
That didn't matter. If you can reach it, you can achieve it.
I got you. Well, I mean,
Even with a footstool.
I'll put it like this. I respect it because you did what you had to do.
Yes.
But you know what? I want to know, how did you end up in Nebraska?
So, moved to Nebraska for work. My ex-husband is a robotics engineer, and we moved to McCook in 2009.
Oh, okay.
And then we lived in McCook for 6 years before I moved to Lincoln in 2015. So I've been in Lincoln. I've been in Nebraska longer than I've lived anywhere other than my hometown.
Oh, okay. Okay. So now the cooking, the business, let's get to the business. When did that start? Did that start in McCook? Did that start here?
That started in Lincoln. I used to bake in McCook. I was and cook, but it was always like we had guests over for dinner. I would, make some food. And if we were going to someone's house, I would make a couple of things, peach cobbler and Kentucky butter cake or something like that, take it over to the house, especially during the holidays. We had a couple of friends that we'd go and spend the holidays with, and I'd always take a Kentucky butter cake, and they always raved about it. But I never thought of it being a business.
So you was just working a regular job at that time? Is that?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
And so you end up coming to Lincoln.
Yeah.
And man, you started a business. What's the name of your business?
Sweet Things by Marcy. And, for those of you that can't remember that, think of Shaka Khan's Sweet Things, because that's how it came about.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how my name came up. I had a friend of mine. She and I were sitting up one night and trying to come up with a business name, and that's what we came up with. We started singing.
Sweet Things by Marcy.
Yep.
Now, it just on the name, that almost gives the impression that you only do sweets. And I'm hearing that you're a better cook than you are a baker.
Yes.
So, I mean, make me understand how this happened like that.
I wasn't even supposed to start a business. I was actually just baking for fun, and cooking was something that I did on a regular basis. The cooking somehow came into play when I opened up my window at my storefront / concession window.
And before you go on, where is that located?
14th and N, 1413 N Street is in the former Corn Popper building. I've been there for a couple of years now. The exterior says the Culinary Kitchen, but inside you see Sweet Things by Marcy's logo.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so 2 years ago, I was supposed to just go in and do baking. So I needed a commercial space to bake for the restaurants that I provided desserts to. I thought that baking was going to be good enough. Well, they said, well, we need some sandwiches served on Wednesdays for our, can you serve sandwiches or something out the window when people come up for the music summer concert series? So I started making chicken salad sandwiches because chicken salad was a favorite at my house. And I was like, well, I'll just make chicken salad sandwiches on a croissant. Then I started making other types of sandwiches. And that kind of landed me into the sandwich world. So here I am making desserts and sandwiches. But I don't ever get a chance to cook unless someone requests it. So, yeah, I do cook a little bit of everything.
So when you say you cook, can you give me some examples of some of the things that you like to cook?
I love to cook a little bit of everything. In particular, Southern cuisine is my specialty.
Okay.
I'm from Alabama, so anybody that knows me knows that I can make just about anything, but Southern cuisine, such as like today, I made shrimp and grits for the Mother's Day brunch. And
that was a hit, I take it?
Yes, it was a hit. It was a hit. I can't just make shrimp and grits for myself because not everybody at my house eats shrimp and grits. So, but when I make it for a crowd, yes.
Now, this thing that you had today, can you tell us a little bit about that, the brunch?
So it was like a Mother's Day, here for the story with here for the food, Keenan Eats. We kind of talked about our businesses and our backgrounds, and kind of learned about the business owners behind the business. So it was myself and another business owner, which we're both mothers, and Erica Jensen owns the Chocolate Season, and we talked about her story and we talked about my story and how we both got started and what got us into business and the myths behind being a business owner.
And that's where I was going next. I mean, it's one thing to sit here and talk about your business, but it almost just talking to you, it almost sounds like it's easy. Like one day you woke up and decided to start a business.
It's not that easy. It's not that easy. So there's a lot of investment. There's investment of money. There's investment of time. And if you don't have the time or the patience, and just the strength to, and you have to be committed to getting up in the morning or staying up late at night, and spending your last on, like for me, I've gone through this before, spending my last on ingredients because I want to try something new,
Hmm.
or going without because, hey, I got to pay the rent.
Yeah.
So I'm
Right.
not I'm not eating out this week. I'm not eating anywhere. I'm gonna eat at home, or this is what I'm gonna eat to be able to make it. I didn't get a freebie pass to be a business owner. I don't have a loan. I don't have a grant. I mean, there's nothing available, um, and business owners aren't rich by any
Right.
means.
Right.
We still have to pay for everything we do.
Well, and I'm glad you pointed that out because I think a lot of times when people think of business owners, they assume, which is never good, but they assume that everything just fell in place for you. It's like you start a business, they see the finished product, so to say, but they don't see all the things that happen before the finished product.
Nope, they don't. So here's the deal. When I when I when I tell people my hours, they're like, "Well, you're only open for a short period of time." I am only open 11 to 3 Wednesday through Friday. But on a Thursday, I'll give you an example of what my Thursday looks like. I left work at 3:30. Um I had golf, a golf lesson at 5:30. I had um a musical that I was going to see at the Lead Center. So I kind of squeezed in some mandatory fun time. When I got done with that, I went back to work, washed my hands, put my apron on, washed dishes, and I had a catering order that had to go out at 11 o'clock the next morning. So I was in there making sandwiches with my older son because he had to come in and help me. And I also had to make desserts for Mother's Day orders that night for pickup on Friday morning. So all of those things I had to do. And I was at work until 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock Friday morning, I went home and took a nap. And I started serving breakfast on Friday mornings. So even if I only get 2 customers, I still have to make breakfast because I said I'm serving breakfast on Friday morning. So I was back at work at 6 a.m. So I went home and I took a nap and a shower, put on some clean clothes, and went back to work, started all over again, boxed up the cakes that I made the night before, frosted a couple of cupcakes, did a few things that I needed to get done in the kitchen, prepped the orders for, I think it was the Hoyas baseball team that I had a catering order for, for
You know,
sandwiches. Yeah.
I'm sitting there listening to you, and the first thing I'm thinking is you're doing all this stuff from scratch.
Yes.
Yeah, this ain't stuff that you open up a package and it's done.
No, 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 no. No, we have to measure out ingredients. We have to, even my frosting, I make my frosting from scratch. I don't skimp and say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to use a box mix," and then I'll whip up the can uh, of frosting or whatever,
Yeah.
or doctor up something. I can't do that.
Well, see, and I'm glad you pointed that out because to me, I want people to understand when you start a business, and especially in the business that you started, it's a whole lot goes with that. Besides that, like you said, 11 to 3 window. It ain't like you show up at 10:30 and open up at 11.
No, no. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that has to be done. And every night before I go home, I wash dishes every night before I go home. And there may be a big pile. Sometimes I try to wash dishes in between customers
Yeah.
and get things done. But, like people don't understand the dishes that come with it. I don't have a dishwasher. I am the dishwasher.
Right. So it's a lot of manual labor.
It's a lot of manual labor, a lot of standing on my feet. So if people see me sitting down, that may be the first time I've had a chance to sit down all day. Yeah. So
Well, but Marcy, I think you've done just what I've asked you to do. You've been very transparent, because I want people to understand something. I respect the fact that you have to put in the hours, because you do a lot of stuff. I mean, if I remember correctly, there's even stuff brought here.
yes.
Wow. Now, I mean, I don't know how you do it, but apparently you're able to make all this stuff happen. You only get 24 hours in a day like everybody else, is what I'm trying to say. But you figure out a way to get all of these different tasks done. And correct me if I'm wrong, but not only do you bring stuff to the ticket, you supply other restaurants and stuff.
Yes. So on occasion, I provide desserts for Soulful Casino.
Big shout out to Chubb.
Yep. Chubb has desserts in his restaurant out in Havelock. Then the other place I provide desserts to is Lila Mae's Southern Kitchen. So every Wednesday, I deliver an abundance of goodies to their place. So when you're wondering why there's boxes or pans or something, and a lady looking stressed out and tired, if I'm looking stressed out and tired, I don't even know if I have a smile on my face. I try my best, but you see a bunch of boxes come in the door. That's me, and on occasion I'll roll a wagon in, depending on what their needs are. But yeah.
Well, here's the one thing that I will give you credit for. It was impressive that the show before us was Bree's show, and when you met them out there in the lobby, they didn't know Marcy, but they knew sweet things by Marcy.
Yes.
And that was really funny to me, because I'm like, all the stuff you do, it's kind of more so behind the scenes. But the product is out there and people are aware of it. So I'm just going to say it this way. If no one has told you lately, I'm telling you on air, I'm proud of you, because I mean, that's a lot of work. And a lot of that, in my opinion, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you do a lot of this stuff on your own, including making trips to get ingredients in Omaha.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're getting windshield time. You're busy.
I am.
Yeah, you're really busy. And I think that's impressive, because a lot of people have quit for less.
Yeah. You have to be committed to what you want and what you don't want to do.
Right.
And my commitment is I don't want to go back to work for anyone else. This is my retirement job, and this is what I'm taking out with me. So if this doesn't work out, I got to find something else to do as a business.
Well, I was just going to ask you this. You made that point that you don't want to work for anyone else.
Right.
I respect that, because a lot of people are comfortable working for others and making them rich. But when you have to invest in yourself, it takes a certain level of dedication. Am I right or wrong there?
You're right. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of, you got to dig deep and find the strength to go on each day. Sometimes some days are not good. Some days are perfect. Some days are worse than others. I mean, some days, and I look at the best days, I try to look at the best days that I've had, and I'm happy to have those really good days.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so proud of those days. And then some days there's just nobody shows up, and it's okay.
Yeah.
I breathe a little bit, and I'm like, people will show when they're ready, and it's okay.
Have you ever thought about quitting?
I have, but I don't know how.
So your quit button broke.
It is. It's the funny thing is I can sit on the floor and cry and say, I'm ready to quit. I'm ready to stop. So I need to figure out how to quit. And it's a whole plan of quitting. And I don't know how to plan to quit. I have to plan to quit.
Oh,
I can't just
absolutely.
walk away.
Oh, no, you got too much invested.
Yes. And I mean, I got a lot on the line.
Well, I'm going to put it like this. Your quit button is broke. It's official now. So you can't quit. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back with Marcy. Don't y'all go anywhere. This is 93.7 The Tickets to get you happy on hour.
It seems like just the other day, my first house, I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Hey, this is Jay Foreman, the host of Old School, 3 to 6 p.m. here at 93.7 The Ticket. And one of my favorite things to do is come down and meet all the fans before and after as they cheer on our beloved Huskers.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines.
Now boarding.
Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is Grant Wister. I played at Nebraska, and after football, I wanted to build something in Nebraska that I was genuinely proud of. Champ Roofing is that. We built the whole company around one idea: do the job right and treat people well. Roof replacements, inspections, gutters, siding, whatever you need, our team is going to show up, communicate with you, and handle it with real care. Nebraska homeowners deserve that. Visit us at champ-roofing.com or call 402-858-7449.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And electrical.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally
What?
you know, boom, 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 boom.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'.
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Man, I had a great first segment with Marcy. I think that was all right, Marcy. I appreciate you being transparent with us. But you lost your chair there.
I did.
We might have to help her out a little bit, Bach, get her back up on her feet. Well, hey, got anybody checking the show out, Bach?
Yeah, we got a few comments here. Benjamin Hooks off Facebook says, keep the sweet things sweeter still, Marcy. Nice show, Ricky C. And Okie Patriot 79 says, what's good, big bro? In Marcy, I'm finally off work on a Sunday.
I appreciate everybody that comments, man. That means a lot because that's how we keep this show going because the name of the show is the Get Happy On Hour, but you know what? We talk about life and we talk about things that a lot of people don't really think is important, but I feel like they are because there's so much more to what's going on. Like in Marcy's case, she runs a business, you know, and it's a lot of work to go behind the scenes that nobody sees. I mean, she's working when a lot of people ain't even thinking about eating. But when they're hungry, then they show up. They want everything. They want it perfect, and they want it right now. And she had to be prepared for that. So I got to be honest with you. We were talking during the break, and I used to have this thing where I always talk about people hating on different things, you know, for whatever reason. I personally don't understand the value in hating on anyone, but I got to give Marcy credit. She gave me a new way to look at haters. And I'm going to steal this one. I'm saying it publicly. You will hear this again. She don't call them haters. She call it her marketing team.
Yep.
I love that. I mean, because basically that's really what it is. Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, because if people are talking about you, I rarely, this is just my little take on life, I rarely hear people talk about things they're not interested in. That's just me. And I don't never want to put anybody down because I don't think that no one is better than nobody. But I very rarely hear people say, hey, you know what, man, I wish I could be homeless, or I wish I could be without this, or I wish I could be broke. I don't hear people saying that. You know, I hear just the opposite. I don't want to be homeless. I don't want to be. So in other words, people talk about what they're interested in.
They do.
So, so when you said marketing team, it just struck me really funny, but I actually agree with it. So that I'm publicly acknowledging that I'm going to steal that line from you.
Still away.
Well, man, my marketing team out there putting in work. Keep talking about me. That's a good thing.
Yeah, you might have to pay them.
Say put them on payroll.
Yeah.
Oh, Marcy, that's funny. But on a serious note, though, I want people to know if there's someone out there listening that may want to hire you to cater or to make a special order or something that, you know, how would they go about doing that?
They can reach out to me on my website, www.sweetthingsbymarcy.com. or they can call me 402-540-6982. Some people reach out to me on social media. Sweet Things by Marcy, and that's spelled Marcy with a Y. Let's see. Some people may even stop by the shop.
Okay, and the shop again is on
1413 N Street.
1413 N Street.
Yeah, south of the Bennett Martin Library.
I'll tell y'all what, and this is coming from a personal experience. I've stopped by there a few times and never left disappointed. And even with the busy schedule she keeps, she don't like to admit this, but I have never went by there and she wasn't smiling. She says sometimes she don't smile, but every time I go by there, there's people in line in front of me and she's smiling at them. She's being customer service is so big in today's world. And I think she's got cornered the market on on customer service. I mean, you can have the best product in the world, but if your manners aren't in the proper perspective, it will overshadow your product. I've seen that happen so many times where people may have good product, but they got attitudes behind the register taking your order as if you're inconveniencing them to spend your money with them. And I've never seen that at your place. I mean, you've always been very professional. You've always been very kind to people. And those things are important, especially in the climate that we live in today.
Yes, yes.
So,
I'll tell you a funny story. I had someone walk up to me and, she was asking me about the sandwiches and different things and wanted to negotiate the price of a turkey and Swiss sandwich. I didn't tell her that it wasn't a garage sale, but I just kind of let her say her piece and, let her just complain. And I smiled the whole time because she didn't want to pay for a sandwich. And she just marched off. And I'm like, well, that's a lot for somebody to come all the way over here where there's barely any parking during construction. And she came to see me. I like that. She did her due diligence. She came to see me. And I respect that.
Yeah, but it's still, at the end of the day, here's another compliment. You're human. And I just by listening to the things you share with us on the show, you put in a lot of work, and the last thing you really need is to deal with attitude, but you even handle that with grace. I just think that shows your professionalism as a businesswoman, and that's important because, like I said, the greatest product in the world is pretty much irrelevant if the person that's addressing the customers isn't up to par. But you juggle all of these things and you do it with a smile. And I think it's amazing that you're able to do that because, people can get kind of, especially in your business, because I'm just going to keep it a buck. When people come see you, they hungry.
Yes.
I don't know very many people with a good attitude with an empty stomach. I just don't. And that's including me. I mean, if my stomach is empty, I'm a little shorter than I would be if I wasn't hungry. So I just think people, when they're in a hurry and they're hungry, that can very easily turn into a confrontation. May not be physical, it could be verbal, but that's just human nature, I guess. So you got a very challenging situation on a daily basis, but
that's why I do grab and go. I want everything to go out the window quick. If you order panini now, you might have to wait 5 minutes, but anything else,
it's a grab and go.
Huh? I'm having that sandwich. It's gonna be wrapped. It's gonna be in that bag, unless you want something that's different,
right?
And I have to make it. Then it's different. But a panini, give me a couple of minutes to press it out. Okay, hold on. You want some chips or something? Just a cookie. I don't like hungry people.
Yeah, well, no, hungry people. I mean, and I think this is just across the board. I just think hungry people are easier to get upset.
Yeah. They. I've been there. I've been there myself.
Yeah. Well, I have too, and that's how I can speak with so much confidence. I don't know. I just believe that when you're hungry, you're just not yourself.
No.
It's kind of like the commercials I see on TV, like you
Give them a Snicker bar.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny to nobody that's hungry, but it is what it is. I mean, empty stomach sometimes can equate to a negative attitude.
Yes.
You know, and I'm speaking of that, I love positivity, but I use humor to help me offset negativity. And it doesn't work for everybody, but it does work for me. And I do that on purpose. I like to laugh. I like to joke. I like to make other people laugh because I just think the world's a better place when people are smiling.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So.
And it doesn't cost anything to smile.
No, it doesn't lower your bank account.
Nope, it does not.
I need me a marketing team, man. I ain't gonna let that one go, boy. Every time I see you, I'm gonna think about how's your marketing team doing?
They still on the job.
No, that's funny. Well, no, Marcy, is there anybody you want to shout out to?
Okay, so I have a couple of shout.
All right, let's make it happen.
I got to shout out my husband, Tony Haas, for helping me and just being patient with me whenever I come home and fall asleep on the couch, or get in the bed early or late or whatever, and being as supportive as he's been and pushing me to, keep going. Then I have to shout out my son, Matthew. Matthew, if he's not busy working, and I mean, he's always working on something. And if he says, "Hey mom, if you got some work for me, I'll come and help you." Matthew has come and shown up multiple times, just to put together sandwiches, unload my car, put together some things. Whatever I need done, he'll show up and come in and do it and get lost. Yesterday he was delivering for a baby shower. Some of the things he prepared. I mean, it's just amazing. He worked in food service for a little while when he was in high school, and after high school. So, him not working in construction on a certain day, and he comes in and does something for me in my kitchen is amazing. My son Christopher, I have to shout him out too. Christopher, he has a particular way of doing things, and he likes it done a certain way. And I have a list for him when he comes in on Monday and Tuesday. So every celery piece that you have is chopped by Christopher because he likes those celery pieces to be chopped fine. In anything that he does meticulously, and he's very meticulous about how he washes dishes and stacks things and what have you. So I have to shout out my family for being supportive, because I'm a one-woman show, but I don't do it just everything alone. I have, people behind the scenes that come in and they'll do a few things. Like if I go drive to Restaurant Depot and spend some time there, shopping and bringing things back and hauling stuff from the stores and whatnot. I have people that unload the car for me. I don't have to carry the whole weight by myself. You don't see those people all the time, but you'll see somebody, walk in the door and grab something or put something away for me or what have you. But yeah, that's my family.
Well, I want to give a shout out to all your customers. Me being one of them. I'm giving myself a shout out because I support just your business. Matter of fact, I think I got an order coming pretty soon.
You do.
Yes, I do, and I can't wait because, boy, I tell you.
You came down there with a picture of what you want.
Hey, I wouldn't want to make no mistake, man, and say the wrong thing. I screenshotted it because I saw it on one of your one of your flyers or something. I was like, man, this is what I want. But, I appreciate the fact that you work with me and patient with me as well, because I've come down and bought a slice of cake or something, but in half the time it don't make it home. So that's why I decided to do the whole.
I get it. I understand.
I was like, I'm gonna take a bite and then I'm gonna wait till I get home, eat the rest. Man, by the time I get home, that container empty. I'm like, man, you know what? You should have just ordered your cake.
Yeah.
So, what did I order too? I ordered
You ordered Kentucky butter cake. You wanted a whole Kentucky butter cake and banana pudding
banana pudding with a lot of
vanilla wafers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's my thing.
No bananas.
No bananas. Just
Yep.
pudding and cookies.
Pudding and cookies. Yep. I got you covered.
Okay. But no, again, I just want you to know that everybody needs to really take a look at what you do, and I just wanted to shine a light on the things that they don't know about. And that's basically what we've done tonight. We've shown that there's a lot more to it than just coming up to the window, as you say, grab and go. There's a lot of preparation that goes behind the scenes. And, I just want to acknowledge that. And I want the public to know that anybody in the restaurant business, they don't just open the doors on the hours that they got on the door, 11 to whatever. They don't just, no, they're there much longer than that. And sometimes late into the night.
Yes.
So,
I know. So I'm going to shout out Travis and Tramisha over at Lila Mays. Sometimes they're there 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And they got to get right back up and come back in and open the doors.
Wow.
Sometimes working throughout the night to prepare for, lunch service on Tuesday to open up at 11. Making sure everything's done, or coming in early, coming in at 5 o'clock in the morning, make sure lunch is already, all the food is prepared and whatnot.
Well, let's just give a shout out to everybody that's in your business, period, in the restaurant business or the food business, food trucks, the whole 9 yards, because I hate to say it like this because it sounds bad, but I don't mean it in that way. But man, you guys kind of get like, you can't be wrong. You can't miss. You know what I mean? If you have a bad product, one bad product,
one day,
it can
ruin everything.
Yeah, it spreads so much faster than all the good days that you had good products. People will talk about that one day that things weren't right, and run with that. And I just want to give all the people that are in the food service business a shout out, man, because I personally, I'll be honest with you, I couldn't do it, but I'm glad that there are people like you and others that can do it.
This was not the plan.
It wasn't the plan?
It was not the plan.
What you mean by that?
I didn't plan on being in food service. I gave it up when I was 16. I never thought that I would do it again.
Really?
I just kind of landed here, and I'm making the best of it, and it keeps progressing.
Well, that's good.
It is good.
Says that with some hesitation.
It is good. Yes.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say it this way. We've put it on the air that your quit button is broke.
It is.
So you can't quit.
No, I can't.
Yeah. So we're not going to plan to quit, since there is no plan to quit.
It's too much preparation to plan to quit, so I don't have time to plan
to quit.
So
your quit button's broke.
Broke.
It's broke. See, we're putting her in the same category with old Ricky C. We can't stop, man. We got to do what we got to do. But hey, look, we're going to take one more quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to wrap the show up. Don't y'all go anywhere. It's 93.7 The Ticket to get you happy on out.
No 6 or 8 week wait.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra premium protein ideal for anyone wanting to look, feel, and perform their best. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hey everyone, this is Austin Orman from Old School with Foreman and Orman, live from 1040 O Street in the heart of downtown Lincoln, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. My favorite thing about downtown Lincoln has to be the year-round energy. Downtown Lincoln never stops. It's easy to get to, has everything you could need or want in dining, entertainment, and retail, and of course it has Lincoln's best sports talk, proudly located in downtown Lincoln on the corner of 11th and O.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Is your air conditioner ready for the hot weather ahead? Get it checked now before you really need it. Call Bryant now to schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. Stay cool and comfortable with air conditioning services from Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111 to schedule your AC check. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement. There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. I got to give a big shout out to Brett Lane down in Tulsa, Oklahoma. My little brother tuned in. I appreciate all of your support, man, and keep doing big things. Hey, Bob, anybody else checked it in?
Yeah, we got a few comments here. Karen says, amen to Marcy being off on a Sunday. Happy Mother's Day, Queen. Okie Brett again says haters are great for marketing. And Karen says angry people can be a challenge for sure.
Hey, well, listen, I appreciate everybody for leaving your comments and just checking out the show. I think we should all, if we have a chance, go support Sweet Things by Marcy. She does a lot of work. She puts in a lot of time and effort, and I just think she deserves your support. So support local is the way I say that. And before I let Marcy go, I got to ask my final question. Marcy, when you finally get some free time, how does Marcy get her happy on?
I've picked up this expensive new thing called golf.
Getting your golf on, huh?
Yeah, so I'm golfing now.
Okay. Hey, well, thanks again, Marcy, for coming on the show. And I'm going to wrap the show up the same way I do every week. Every day you blessed to see is just another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on. Go! We'll see y'all next Sunday.
Seems like just the other day I was building my first house. I've seen many changes.